And by the stroke of 8 o'clock, we are live. What is going on, everybody? Michael here from Technoid. Happy freaking New Year. We are in a new era. Well, not really, but we're out of the nightmare that was 2020. It was a terrible year, guys. I am so happy to be out of that year. It is great to be live again. As you can see, we're using some new equipment. We got a few more drops coming in, and then live streams will be in a whole other level. And I cannot wait to debut some new live streams when I get back. I have a couple of announcements before I start bringing in some guests. I will bring them in just quickly before we start the show. First thing I want to announce is that I will be taking a little bit of time off. Now, I don't like to take time off. Normally, I like to just go right on. I like to enjoy making videos, but actually I'm going to need this time off for not only personal reasons, but also kind of to enhance my editing skills. So I'm going to be taking my Mac with me. I'm going to be spending 3 weeks in Florida just to get away from New York, kind of relax. So I will be taking that time to educate myself with Final Cut. I will also do a few videos while I'm down there, try to keep up to date, but I will mostly be taking a break. I'll be back on the 25th, and a new video will be out on the 26th, but I'll still be uploading this week. Monday, I leave. And I just wanted to put that out there before. So if you guys are curious, we will be informed so that way you know. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed these episodes, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the video out. Make sure you follow me on the platform at Technoid12 on Twitter. And most of all, I really hope you guys enjoy the show tonight, because tonight's episode is going to just be a personal episode. I do not expect a lot of people to join in tonight for this episode, but this is actually more of a me type of video, not really a kind of like debatable topic. So I'll see how the guests, how they react to this. But I'm going to bring them in. You know, it's funny story. I tell these guys 7:55, come on in, 5 minutes before backstage, and they sitting backstage at 8:02. So we'll get them. We'll figure out where that delay was. But first, let's bring in the first guest. The man who will be joining me tonight is Zero Cool RF. Zero Cool, what's going on, brother?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes, we can hear you, but there's a little bit of a buzz in there, like a buzz kind of sound. I can hear some
Why is causing that? Hold on.
no problem. Take your time. And also with us backstage, we have Carlos S. Tech, who I completely almost forgot was here. I'm so sorry. Welcome in, Los. Thank you for coming in.
What?
What's up, brother? Good to see you guys on tonight. We'll get Zero Cool. We'll get you filled in. We'll get you ready to go. So that way, when you start it up, I'm digging the haircut. You really went into your bloom this year. So good job. You started fresh. You started fresh. I like that. I do like that. All right, let's take a look at who we got in the live stream. So far, it's a little bit low on people, but that's okay because I expect a lot more people to be watching this on replay. And also, I did this a little later than expected. So no worries, guys. If you can make it, appreciate it. We got Sean in the house. Sean, thank you, and Happy New Year to you as well. Godzilla is in the house. Thank you, Godzilla, for joining in. Appreciate you taking your time out. My longtime subscriber. You guys take your time. You get yourself set up. I'll introduce the show, and I'll explain what I'm talking about tonight. So tonight's episode is more of a wish list. How I started off Technoid this year with the new episode, and basically that's where we're gonna go from there. So I've been talking about what to expect from Apple, Samsung. Tomorrow episode will be about Samsung, and then on Sunday we'll do Google, or we'll do Android phones, or I don't know how I'm going to classify because I have to kind of hit the nail on multiple companies. So I'm going to figure that out. But Samsung and Apple are the two biggest. I will probably talk about OnePlus, maybe talk about Google, but I will figure out for that third episode. But tonight is actually more of a personal video, because tonight I'm going to talk about a wish list video. And this is a video that is all opinion based. A little bit of facts in there, not a lot of make-believe, just a little bit of facts, but mostly opinion based. So I really hope you guys can watch it through. But we're going to talk about Soundcore. Now, as you guys know, I am a huge Soundcore fan. I have covered Soundcore to a T. I have been on top of Soundcore for almost a year and a half, maybe a little bit less, but I've been behind Soundcore for a while. Also, Tim, good to see you in tonight. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I am a huge fan of Soundcore, and with 2021 coming in, and 2020 really wasn't the best year for everything. I am really excited to see what Soundcore does. Now, they do have a new earbud that I have been covering. As you guys know, this is going to be the refresh Liberty Air Pros or Liberty Air 3s. I don't know what they're going to call these things, but these are the refresh for the Liberty Air 2s. I've already talked about them. I've already made a video about it. But I want to talk about some things that I would like to see Soundcore do going into 2021. Los and Zero Cool, I don't know if you guys know a lot about Soundcore or know what I'm talking about, but if you have any suggestions or anything you want to chime in, if you agree, disagree, you're more than welcome to do so.
Isn't Soundcore
I'm sorry, say it again. I couldn't hear you.
sound isn't based off of
Los, I think your connection, is a little bit because you're breaking up. But I heard the part you said. Is it based off of? Based off of what? Technical difficulties. No worries.
oh,
Say
hold
it
on,
again.
hop right back on.
Yeah, no worries. Come right back. All right, we'll get you back in. Uh, so yeah, as I've said before, guys, this is going to be a video where I want to talk about some things that I want to see with Soundcore going into 2021. And like I said, Zero Cool, when he comes back, he can. We'll take him out for the time being. We'll bring him back in when he's ready to go. But basically, this is based off of an opinion. So as I've already mentioned, this is their newest earbud with ANC, and I really don't think there's any surprise there. But I want to discuss Soundcore. We'll start with the marketing aspect. We'll talk about some things that I would like to see them expand upon, and also some things they can do to change the appearance of the website. So first of all, Soundcore has proven themselves to be a audible solution. And all right, try it back in, Los.
Is that better?
Much better. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Other my tone.
Yeah, it's still a little bit choppy, but it's much better than before. So I'm definitely going to take that. If it improves over the video, that's fine. No worries. But I'm going to start.
I was
You
saying
could chime in when you're ready. What's up?
based off of the ink.
Yeah, it's still lagging out, Los. It's still lagging out. Can't hear you too well again. All right, let's see if we can
Okay,
get this.
how about now?
Okay, yes. So what were you saying?
Are they based off of the Anchor, the brand Anchor, the
Yes.
Soundcore?
Yes, they are based off the
Okay.
brand Anchor. This is a subsidiary company. So, as guys, if you don't know, this is a company that works in association with Anchor. As you know, companies have subsidiaries. So, for example, it's like one giant family with different areas of companies in there. So, you have Anchor, the main Anchor Innovations, and their subsidies are Anchor Power, Soundcore. Nobody knows about that. Nebula and Rova. Rova is more popular with the car industry. So they have multiple different companies, but we're going to focus on Soundcore because Soundcore has been making a lot of waves this year. They have been an audible solution, as I've mentioned before. They have kind of, in my opinion, innovated in the audio industry. They make some really good products, and the sound quality actually delivers better than what they're priced at. But there are a lot of things that I don't like about Soundcore. I could talk about them, but I'm not here to berate or belittle a company. That's not my place to do that. That's personal, and I don't like to let my personal influences influence a video. So I'm going to keep this constructively criticism as best as I can on track and try to not gear towards personal. So the first thing I would say to Soundcore is the website, and this is just a nitpick. This is not a main thing, but if you look at the backstage pass, this is where a core of their marketing is based off of Grammy singers, Grammy award winning producers, and real authentic music producers, music artists, people that actually have a voice in the music industry. This is the core of their marketing where they're banking off of their marketing. You know, you've got these producers that come on, promote the headphones, create customized EQs, but then as you scroll towards, then you start to see people that, in my opinion, do not belong in this kind of marketing scheme. And they're right here, two YouTubers. Now, I'm not saying they're terrible YouTubers. I just think that for the purpose of marketing, they shouldn't be tied with music producers, because they're two separate different YouTubers. Now, of course, as you know, YouTubers can do a better job in marketing. They're better at reviewing things. But I think for the purpose of what they're trying to market with producing stuff, they should incorporate these YouTubers into an own tier like this, loved by the people, or, behind the camera, something that displays the YouTube aspect. So that way you distinguish both the YouTubers and the producers. But I think at the core of the marketing, they should focus on the Grammy producers. They should focus on the key bigger names, because that's really where Soundcore is getting the most hype from. So Los, I want to ask you, if you had to take the proposition to remarket or to kind of structure the way Soundcore promotes their headphones, would you go in the route of pushing the Grammy producers, the Grammy award winners, or would you put the YouTubers first, or and vice versa?
I would put the YouTubers first just because it is still a company that's still progressing, and unfortunately, a lot of YouTubers actually put a lot of clout to a lot of these products, man. So I would honestly think I would go there before I would go to a Grammy person that's used to, their Audio Technica, they're used to their Bose, their Beats by Dre, and all that stuff. They're not gonna give it a fair judgment versus a YouTuber.
In a way, you're right. I do see where you're coming from, but I'm gonna go with the Grammy singers, because they do have real, authentic Grammy award winners on board with Soundcore, and these are big names. We're not talking mild names that nobody's ever heard of in the music industry. There are people that have heard of these artists and creators, and if you go here to their newest earbuds, they're going to have a lineup of Grammy winners that are promoting the new earbud. Now, I don't know how much hands they've got in the pockets, but I will say those are the names that I would think would attract when you take a look at the marketing. You see promoted by 10 Grammy award winning artists. Now, YouTubers, you're right. They can give a lot of clout. They do give a lot of information. And most of all, they can market a product probably better than anybody in the world, depending on how they make it. But sometimes personal biases, sometimes there are things that go into consideration with these reviews. And I think you hit it on the nail when you said beats and things like that, where they don't want to give it a fair shot. And for me, Grammy producers, Grammy award winning singers, and Grammy overall, like, that name feels more of a draw, because those are true audiophiles. They work with high end audio grade equipment. So I feel like they would be more entitled to give a more professional and probably a more bias less kind of expectation. I don't know if you disagree with what I'm saying, but if you do, you're more than welcome to. But I don't disagree
No,
with what you're saying.
no, I agree with what you're saying too, bro. Like it makes sense too, you know.
All right,
But
so we have some commonalities there. Anything you wanted to add on?
but bro, like I was I don't know what headphones you would recommend because I want to compare. I want to do a comparison to that to those AirPod Maxes. So I don't know which sound cores to get that's comparable.
Absolutely. We'll discuss that. I'm really, really glad you brought that up, because that's actually an area I want to talk about. But before we get to those, and I definitely will give you a recommendation by the end of this video, not just Soundcore and other headphones, but that's another core. And we're going to move away now from the marketing. Let's talk about the products themselves. So let's start with headphones. Let's go with truly wireless, and then we'll go with over ears, and then we'll talk about those AirPods Max. So if you look at the Soundcore website, there are a lot of wireless earbuds. They have a nice, diverse range of earbuds. They have a lot of things going for them. But I feel that this is a problem. And, the reason why I say it's a problem is not because there's too many. They have enough to satisfy enough audiences. I think the problem is that they have the same type of headphone design that people kind of don't know which one to get, or they just look the same. You don't know which one sounds better. So take, for example, the Liberty Air, the original Liberty Air. Then you've got the Life P2, Liberty Air 2, Life.2, Spirit.2, Liberty 2, Liberty 2 Pro, the franchise kind of name headphone. And the reason I'm saying this is because if you look carefully, and I'm sure you guys are seeing this, 3 of those headphones look identical to each other. 2 of them practically look eye to eye next to each other. Life.2 and Spirit.2, the Liberty 2 and 2 Pros are the same headphones with different internals. So there's more of a distinction. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that they need to simplify their lineup. I get they have to cater to many markets, which is a big positive. But when you start to create confusion with consumers trying to figure out which is the creme de la crap or whatever they call it, I don't know the saying. You got to be able to create a lineup that satisfies everybody. But I feel like they have way too many earbuds. And this is only just a few, because then I'm going to show you something after. So Los, and then I'm going to add Zero Cool RN in. And I want to know, what do you think? Do you think they need to
Bro,
simplify their lineup?
they need to simplify it, bro, because if I were to look at those Liberty 2 Pros and that Liberty 2, bro, they look identical to me, bro. I would be like, what the hell? I'd be like, oh, I'd rather just get the $79 one than the $99 one. But little do I know, it's different internals at the end. That's when I find out at the end, because so it comes with a little pamphlet inside, and you pull it out. You're like, oh damn, the other ones had a better dB range or this or that, and you're like, damn, now I missed out when I needed that dB range because they look the same. They need to change the style a little bit, bro.
Absolutely. They definitely could do that. The one thing that distinguishes, but the thing is, you wouldn't know from at first glance if you went into a store, because they're almost priced similarly. If you look at the Air and the P2s, they're only by a few dollars off. So one of the difference being is that one of them supports the app. They have a Soundcore app, which I will show later on, but they have to distinguish. They got to do a different design. They either have to. And Zero Cool, I'm going to get you in here. I want to hear your opinion because I know you hadn't been in for a majority of the show, so I apologize for the delay. But I want to ask you, I asked Los, the headphones they have right now, 2 of them are the best ones. Everything else is kind of below or in the middle, and some of them just look identical. And you're seeing the webpage for yourself. Do you think they need to simplify the lineup or do something different?
Can you hear me now? Is it better or the same?
It definitely is better, but it sounds like your webcam mic, or maybe it's it. But it's okay. I mean, it's acceptable. I'm not going to force
Yeah,
you.
I have to troubleshoot later. I think they did come with a new design. They all look like little kidney beans, you know. Um, Something that I know they all feel comfortable in the air, but I want something revolutionary. Something that you can maybe sleep in. I don't know. You know. So, hey, what do you think of the sweatshirt, huh?
You're giving me Mr. Roger vibes right now.
No, it's
Jesus.
it's
What
it's
is
the
that?
deceiver.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, bro, no way. Are
It's
Oh,
you
the
serious?
deceiver. Yeah, do it, deceiver.
man. I
Bro,
swear.
you throw that away, bro. Throw that away.
I don't know, man. I was about to say it reminded me of like a high school kind of jockey sweater, but then you showed that T logo, and I'm like, ah, man.
Deceiver.
Yeah, and we're getting a little static feedback on your end.
Bill, okay.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna put you on mute. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Let me know. Give me the thumbs up when you're ready. But yeah. So I think the commonality that we all agree on is they have to simplify the lineup. They have to do something different and innovate. Now, to its advantage, I will give Soundcore credit. The Liberty 2 Pros and the Liberty Air 2s are the best in the lineup. They have everything you're looking for. You have the in-ear design, but one has wingtips. The other one is more of a universal kind of fit. And at least both of them have excellent battery life, excellent sound quality. There is a difference with the Pros, which is why they're called the Pros. But everything else that comes in the middle, like Spirit.2 and Spirit X2, those I would say keep because those fit a sport demographic. That's the whole point of being a sport headphone. But then you have all these other headphones in the middle, which I guess are more on the budget end, but you don't need almost like 5 different types. You should be able to take away 2 of them and leave enough for everybody to be satisfied. So I agree. I think we all are in agreement they have to do something to change that. And I hope in 2021 that we see Soundcore kind of simplify the lineup where they have the premium top of the line, then they have the mid range, and then the low end. And if I had to take a guess, I would cut these headphones. There's about 9 here, and then real quickly, I'm gonna show you guys. If you go on the I'm here on the Walmart website where Soundcore has a really good partnership. There are more headphones that I didn't even know existed. Like, look, Spirit Sport Air P2 and Look, Vortex, like these are headphones that I didn't even know were on the website, which is another thing we'll talk about. So I think they really have to start simplifying this lineup. They have to cut these headphones down by like 2 or 3 or more. So I'm going to move on. And now, Los, we'll talk about what you wanted to talk about, over-ear headphones. This is very interesting because over-ear headphones and Soundcore are actually starting to get a lot better. The Life Q20s, in my opinion, were a nice attempt at ANC headphones, but they weren't really my favorite. The Q10s I despised with a passion. The Space NCs, I never had the opportunity to review them, so I can't say anything. I did review the Life Q30s, which you guys could check out my review after if you want to watch. But then on Walmart, once again, they have so many others like Life 2, the Q30s, Life Tune, and they have so many different types of over ears that I feel like they're shooting for so many markets. But on their website, they only have 3. And I'm only going to focus on one. And I think, Los, you wanted to know which you should compare. Well, I would
Yeah.
argue the Q30s, and I would say the Q30s because this is the newest one. This has the latest specs, best battery life, build quality. I mean, that's tough for you to debate. I think they could have been a lot better, but they weren't terrible. I think the sound quality kind of justifies that in the end because for $80 they sound way better than what they should. But overall, they're
Man, they're
they're
really
coming
that
along.
cheap.
For $80, yeah, man. I'll pull it up for you real quick. I already did a review on these. You could check them back. You know,
Yeah, I remember that.
and I wasn't the biggest fan of the build quality. I questioned the build quality, which is what I'll discuss what Soundcore should do in 2021. But I questioned whether these things were going to hold up or not because the plastic to me felt a little eh. The ear pads, I felt like they could have incorporated the Q10 ear pads. That would have been actually very comfortable. That would have made a nice isolation. But most of all, I felt like for $80, I was expecting maybe just a smudge more heft to them to add a little bit of premium durability. But I guess again, for $80, you really can't complain. But that's where it leaves me. What can Soundcore do with their over ears? And I think they have a lot of potential with their over ears. Zero Cool, whenever you're ready, give me the thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm still troubleshooting it, so.
Tails troubleshooting. Okay, take your time. No worries.
Oh,
I
wow.
won't get in this stream, but I think they.
The audio issue is real.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but I think it's I like the Space NCs. Those are nice and comfortable looking.
Yeah, I actually would like to try them out. I hear they're supposed to be very similar. I don't know much about them. That was the one headphones that really nobody talked about. These actually look very nice. But I would have to try them out if I ever had the chance. Probably will check them out maybe later on. But going back to what I said with over ears, and Los definitely want to pay attention to this because with AirPod Maxes, I don't think the AirPod Maxes have set an industry standard yet because they're so expensive, but I do believe they put a lot of pressure on design. Because say what you want about headphones, Sony, Bose, anybody, when a headphone is built with premium materials, yeah, they may be heavy, but they're built for their price. And while Soundcores are definitely built in their price range, depending on what you look at, I would argue that Soundcore can actually pull off a better job. I think they can do a lot better. And I don't think it takes much. All they have to do is get the right materials, the right padding, the right ear cups. They have to get the right materials, and that's it. Sound quality speaks for itself. I wouldn't be mad if they had a premium more. Now, if the Space NC are supposed to be those, then I would definitely check it out. But taking a look at it from
They
here, I
look
can
good.
already see the plastic. What's up?
They look good so far.
Yeah, they do look good. I can see some plastic. I can't tell if this is aluminum, but I could see there's some kind of arrow, so that might be a touchpad. So that is a possibility. Yeah, hassle-free control. So if this is supposed to be the premium version, that's a different story. But then you look at the build quality and you look at the specs 4.1, so it's a little bit out of date. But honestly, I don't think anybody's really going to complain. Nowadays, mostly the audio YouTubers complain a lot. Average consumers don't complain about that much. They just want to listen to music. But I would argue that Soundcore should make a premium top tier, just like they did with the Pros and the Air 2s. They should make a headphone with solid build quality, solid audio performance, and price it at a respectable maybe $100, $150 max. Because while I understand they're trying to be a game changer in the audio experience, at some point they're going to have to raise the price. And I don't think anybody would be objective against that. I don't know about you, Los, but how much are you willing to pay for headphones nowadays? Because you just bought the
I
AirPod
mean,
Max.
I'm willing to pay if they're a good product and the build quality's there. I don't mind paying for it, and it gotta sound good too. Because bro, those AirPod Maxes, oh man, they do sound pretty damn good for the price. I
Oh,
mean,
you got them
consider,
already?
yeah,
Oh, sweet.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for mine. They said it won't be ready till February.
I went on an offer up, bro. Yeah, I
What's
paid
up?
it. I went on an offer up. I paid $40 more than retail, but I got them.
I see. I know what you're talking about. And scalpers are back. Scalping season is in full bloom.
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, but I look at it like this: they came with the Apple Care Plus, so all I did was pay basically for them to waste their time to go there and get them. Like that's how I look at extra $40. Like I paid them to waste their time to go get them for me.
That's true. That is true. And the Apple Care definitely is a nice deal added in there. So I think that's it's a really good deal. David,
Exactly.
good to see you on tonight. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, what up, David?
But yeah, I think that's what they should do for over ears. I don't know, Los. What do you think they should do for over ears?
For over ears, bro, they gotta sound good, bro. Because over ears, you have more real estate. To put a better driver, to put better internals. So to me, it needs to sound good, bro. It needs especially if you want to start hitting that audiophile range, Because over the ear headphones, bro, there's no reason why you should not be hitting audiophile range. So,
Absolutely.
and if let's say they price it at 300, I don't see why people wouldn't buy it, bro. Still $50 cheaper than the Sony W1000. What is it? M4s or something like
M4.
that. Yeah, still cheaper than that. Still cheaper than the Bose. I mean, if you can give the same performance, why not? We don't need the fancy doodahs, bro. They just need to sound really good and have a good noise cancellation. That's all that matters. It seems like
True.
that's where Sony hit the rock with the price plus the noise cancellation plus a good battery life. The price did not hit the bank that bad.
Yeah, I agree. They were able to keep the M3s and M4s on the same level, and they perfected the formula and basically made a headphone that just is perfect by all means. So I'm with you on that. So I would argue Soundcore. I believe you guys are making a big, big dent in the audio industry. I really appreciate what you're doing, and I would love to see you guys step up your game. I would love to see an expensive model because I'd be comfortable paying that premium, and I think a lot of people would. I know they cater to a lot of the more poorer side, or at least I wouldn't say poorer. I would say more of the lower end, mid end kind of tiers for people that can't really afford the $100 pairs but want good quality. But they got to cater to those higher enders because as we'll close out the show, I'll talk about the rep that Soundcore has in the audio industry. And this is not a make believe rep. This is a factual rep that they have. And I'll talk about that after. But real quick, as a side note, I would like to see Soundcore take a nib at on-ear headphones. They have only over-ear for the temporary. I'd like to see them do on-ears. I'm kind of curious because I'm a huge on-ear fan, at least from the Beat Solo Pros, because that was my teenage high school years. Solos were high school every day for me. And the one last thing with their over-ears and headphones in general, Soundcore, you need to stop putting specific headphones or random headphones that we don't even know about in Walmart. Like, you have a website and you don't even put them in. So
Bro, I saw
please,
that. I saw that at
like,
Walmart.
look at the lineup. You have 3 headphones here,
I saw
and I went
Vortex
in
something. I was like, what the?
Vortex, Neo, and then
Yep.
Life 2. So I get these are older headphones. I know they are cheaper than what's on here, but you should still put them up. I mean, true, I did say simplify the lineup, But if these headphones can offer a wider variant or do something different, then by all means, put it on the website. You get more sales. This is your website. That's your product. If it's a Walmart exclusive, then fine. But I don't see anywhere where it said exclusive.
Yeah, but when I saw that, I was confused. I was like, "What the hell?"
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see these on the website. Like, what's going on here? I thought they were some Chinese clones or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So consider changing the alternatives. And also, real quick, I'm gonna keep that going with party speakers because this is another area. This is their party lineup. As you can see, a majority of them are all sold out. I don't know how they sold out so fast, but I got my Flare 2s. But this one's a real interesting one, the Rave Neo. A lot of people have been talking about it recently, but you couldn't buy it on the website. You had to go to Walmart.com and buy it there. And it's right there sitting up. And it's still available. You could order it and get it. You don't have to say sold out. So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these products that they put on the website are not on the are not on their own website, and I really wish they would put them on because it makes absolutely no sense. Like, look at this. This is the headphone Life Tune. This is supposed to be the budget N, or this is like the sister version of the Life Q30s, and I'm like sitting here going, well, wait a minute. Why is this in Walmart? Because that was the video I made a while back in the beginning. I don't know what these headphones serve. I don't know. So I don't know. It's very confusing when their websites don't have the products on. So I hope that they can do that as well.
Yeah, that needs to be fixed.
Next thing, let's talk about speakers. I think they're doing a great job with speakers. I don't expect them to really change it. They've got some really good party speakers. I would like to see them update the Rave. The Rave has a kind of outdatish look to it. I mean, it's not terrible, but compared to the Neo, I wouldn't mind if it went in the Neo direction where the lights and kind of has like a hinge or something. I know this is supposed to be like the colossal monster, but even the Mini kind of looks a little bit better than the Rave itself. So I'd like to see them update the Rave because it's got that little like flashy white bar, like those things I used to see back in like the 2006 parties. I don't know, good times.
Bro, those things sound. I heard one of those speakers, they had them on demo when I was at Walmart the other day, and I just slapped it real quick, bro, and it sounded good. I won't deny it. For the price, you cannot complain. It's cheaper than the JBL,
That's the
bro.
thing with Soundcore.
Bro, it's cheaper than the JBL.
What did you say
What
about
is it?
JBL?
It's cheaper than the JBL. Which one is the one that I have? The two. It's something two. Um,
Is it Charge or Extreme?
I think it's Extreme two. Extreme two. Yeah, there
Extreme
you
2.
go. Yeah. Cheaper than that, bro.
No,
It
yeah.
sounds really good.
That's the thing with Soundcore. That's why I'm fully behind them, and I think that's why a lot of people like their products because for their price range, they sound excellent. Sometimes they even sound better than what they're priced at. So that's why I try not to really knock them in. But when you got to say the truth, you got to say the truth. But still, their products to me define their price point. And I think that the Flare 2 was a solid Bluetooth speaker, portable Bluetooth speaker. So I would hope that they update the Rave. I would like to see them update that and maybe start selling the Rave Neo on your website. Like that's the thing. The website, they need to sell the headphones they have listed or simplify the lineups, take them off, whatever. But you got to feature them on your website. That's a fact. Real quick, home audio. I want to talk about this real quick. I'm going to be honest. This really isn't working out, Soundcore. I'm sorry. I like this sound bar that you have, the Infinity Pro. It's got Dolby Atmos built in. It's an all-in-one sound bar. It's got 2.1 channels with 3 up firing, then 2.5-inch mid firing drivers and a tweeter, all facing upwards and around. And they have a subwoofer built into this thing, which, you know what, that's cool. I think for $200, it's a very reasonable price point. But I don't see a big enough demand for home audio from you guys, especially when you're making headphones and portable speakers. Maybe it's just my opinion, but I would say maybe take a step back before going into this because I would argue that you need to kind of focus more on your audio, Bluetooth, and headphones before you go into this kind of territory with home audio. So I think they should take a step back on this one. I don't know about you, Los, but I'll be honest, I haven't seen a person say I recommend the Soundcore Infinity Pro. And I'm not saying it's a bad product. I just don't think the
Never,
demand is
never heard of it either, bro.
could be a lack of marketing too, because there is potential in here. It's an all-in-one, soundbar, but people always say you don't want to go all-in-one. You want to get a subwoofer separate and stereo channels. But
Hey, but there are some damn sound bars like the Samsung soundbar. I had that one for a little bit, and it sounded pretty damn good, bro. And it had the subwoofer built in, but of course it can't compare to my JBL soundbar. That
yeah,
has a subwoofer separate. That sounds like more of a home theater system versus the Samsung. But it wasn't bad for the price, and
yeah,
the sound quality was pretty damn decent. So I can't knock them there for that part because it could sound decent. We
hmm
we just we just never heard it. We just haven't got one to play with yet.
yeah. And I don't want to say that it's a terrible product because I don't think it is. I think it has a lot of potential, but I just think that there is more money to be made outside of this area, at least for the time being. I like that it supports Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. It's got the pass through. I think the design is actually very nice, but I don't see there being a big enough demand for them to keep making more of this product. This felt kind of like a beta tester, and I don't know if it worked. But for $200, I don't think I can complain on that end either. I would definitely have to try it out and see how it sounds. And who knows? Maybe it sounds good. Who knows? I don't know. But I will say that I don't know any people that own it. I don't know what people think of it. And if somebody does own it, let me know because I would like to hear it. Because it does support 4K pass through, which is a very good positive. But yeah, man, I don't
Well,
know.
all I'm gonna say is don't knock it because I remember one of my buddies. It was like he brought out these what was it there were 6 3/4 inch subs, bro. There were two of them in a high ported box. This is car
Mhm.
audio related. But he was like, bro, it was like, how much you want to bet that my 6 3/4 will slap harder than your Alpine Type X15? I was like, I doubt it, bro. Those things were slapping so hard, and they were on an amp that was 1,000 RMS, bro, and they were slapping harder than my damn one sub. I was like, wow, prove me. So don't
Yeah.
just because the size and stuff doesn't mean nothing, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Because
No,
I
you're
got
right.
proven
You're
wrong.
right. That's why I won't knock on it. I don't want to talk bad about it because it probably is a good product. But I think, like I said, I think they just need to take a step back and focus more on their headphones and speakers. And it looks like Mr. Cool is back. Mr. Cool, hey, is the troubleshooting over?
Uh, I'm just gonna join through my phone. So
I feel so terrible. I apologize that you have had not a chance to really be in this
it's
episode.
all good. No, don't worry about it. It's all good, man. All good.
So why don't you know what? Before we talk about a couple of things before I end the show, because I got a few more things I want to say, I'm going to give you a chance to take the floor for a couple of minutes because I know you've probably been watching, you've been listening. I don't know if you are familiar with Soundcore, but what would you like to see? What are some things you want to talk about that you didn't get a chance to say? Because I know you were troubleshooting and everything.
I know you. I know you review like a lot of earbuds, earpieces, stuff like that, headphones, right? Um, I remember a good speaker was always like the Harman Kardon, right? It'd be interesting if you have a chance to just reveal some good quality speakers for your like the PC or something that will hook up, by a Bluetooth or something to your phone. Um, I don't know if that company makes any speakers, do they?
They do make Bluetooth speakers. They have party, portable, home audio. For portable, I'll show you real quick. They have Motion Plus, which is a nice front firing one, which I actually would recommend because it's got two woofers, two tweeters on each side. You
Okay.
have a mini speaker with a little bit of a light effect. They just dropped this monster called the Motion Boom, which I think is a sick, sick party speaker.
Yeah.
That's the mother of all parties right there. But
Yeah.
I would say if I had to pick two, the Flare 2s, and trust me, when they say sold out, they're really not sold out. They're just sold out on the quote unquote website when their own Amazon stores can available. So I would say Motion Plus or Flare 2s. Those are the twos that I would recommend.
Okay.
Anything else?
How's the bass sounding? Pretty good.
Yes. Good question. lot of things about the bass. They make a big thing about bass. This one is more on detail, this speaker, the Motion Plus, but they have their biggest bass up technology. While I feel it's a gimmick for some of the products, it actually makes a big difference on speakers. So, for example, I'll show you guys real quick. So my Flare 2, when I turn it on, as you can see, it starts up right away. When it starts playing, it's flat, but it's detailed. It has a nice sound. But when I hit that button in the back, bass up, it actually enhances the music. It actually makes the audio sound a lot more, not deeper in bass, but it actually makes it a lot more detailed, adding in the low end. So I would say the bass up technology, while it's a gimmick for headphones, it's the real deal for speakers.
Nice. All right. Very cool, man. Yeah.
I feel like you're the guy that always says yeah.
I'm not the only guy. There's more guys that say that.
I'm gonna promote you to be the mascot for the SMT's community. You're the mascot.
I didn't even start it just because I'm wearing a sweater.
Well, not just a sweater. Every time we say anything, it's always yeah from you. But nah, man, I like the sweater though. Take the tee off. I think it looks awesome.
It fits pretty good. It keeps me warm.
Oh yeah, hey, that's the main
bro. Thing. I cannot believe you're rocking that, bro. Burn that already. Burn it.
I had to put it on once, just for some laughs.
Well, I'm glad you did it because it was a good sweater. I think it's actually very nice.
I might give it to my dad. He might like it.
Jesus, bro. He'll probably be like, "What the hell? Why am I trying to look like a 1970s pimp?"
Unbelievable, you guys. Unbelievable. Alrighty, let's continue before we end the show. Couple more things I want to talk about, and I think you guys know about this. This is just headphones in general. But one thing I want to see with Soundcore in 2021 is one profile for Bluetooth connectivity. And what I mean by that is, you know how earbuds have a Bluetooth connectivity and it's one connection for both earbuds and it's not separate individual Bluetooth? I want that for Soundcore. Now, technically that does work with their Liberty Air 2s and Liberty 2 Pros. They do have one Bluetooth for both earbuds, but you have to pair the left earbud so you can have separate individual earbuds when you want to put one or the other in the case. And I think that's very, very annoying. A lot of people actually don't care. A lot of people actually don't really mind that because they're like, oh, it's cheap, it's affordable. Well, to me, if Soundcore wants to innovate, if they want to rock the audio industry like this, like what they're doing this year, they've been on fire. They got to get the Bluetooth separation, sorted out. They have to make it one connection for both earbuds and not a separate one for each individual earbud. I think we can all agree that has to be standard.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree there. Definitely.
Another thing that I think they need to work on going into 2021, I would like to see them make a push with their their audio technology that they're promoting heavily. So you have Sweat Guard, which is really nice. Bass up technology, again, I think the speakers can utilize that technology. The Astral Coaxial Acoustic, whatever that thing is. Hear ID, which is really a useful feature in their headphones. But I think they should bring a majority of these features standard to all earbuds, where that's my next thing. They should have EQ support for all of their earbuds and headphones. One shouldn't be left out or the other. They both should have, all of them should have it, including speakers and including, everything. Not because if I show you the app, I'm going to show it to you guys real quick. Even in the app, they mentioned that some of the headphones don't have EQ support. And I think that's a problem because if you're paying for headphones and if you don't like the sound profile, you should have a right to be able to tune it. You know what I mean? And I'm going to show you real quick. So Liberties have their own, EQ, so that's standard. But when you go to the Life series, you have Life NC, you have Life.2, Life 2. You don't have any other option for wireless earbuds. You don't have another option. That's all they have for earbuds. And you saw how many were on the website. So I think earbuds, headphones, all should have EQ support straight away. That's just me.
Yeah, absolutely. Because especially if they're dealing with inputs and outputs, right? You need to have your They need to match. So if you're EQing something on your input, it needs to match to EQ on your output as well. So yeah, definitely agree there.
Yeah, bro. They need to have damn EQ settings. You can't just because these cost $10 more. We can support you with EQ settings. Like, nah, bro. It needs to go all across. Period.
Yeah.
I think we should make it a law that all headphones should have an EQ support. Anyone that doesn't deserves to be banished. I don't know. This is me.
Because
Apple's kind of guilty of that with AirPod Maxes, but they do technically have an EQ in the music app, so they kind of get a pass. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. They sound clean as hell, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
Well, if they
They do
sound good
sound
straight out
good.
of the box, then you have no problem.
The noise cancellation is by far kind of scary.
I am actually I can't wait to try them out, but I'm taking your word for it because you're the one that's hyping me up, not Apple, not anybody else. I'm
No, the
believing
noise
you.
the noise cancellation. Honestly, I would not have it on if you're going out on a run because you really will not hear somebody creeping behind you, bro. I literally had somebody shouting at me, bro, and dude, I heard maybe like the last word that they shouted, but barely. But other than that, I didn't hear nothing, dude. It's pretty scary.
I hear you, brother. And I'm actually getting scared myself, so I kind of want to try them out.
Yeah,
That's
like
some AirPod. That's some AirPod Pros technology right there.
yeah, they actually did the noise cancellation pretty damn good. The way they fit, it by far it's the most comfortable over ears I've tried out yet.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I cannot wait to try them out, and I'm excited. So you better make sure you put in a good word for those headphones because the Apple fanboys are watching.
Jesus, bro. But the only thing I will say though is I do got to give a complaint. Is
Okay.
I wish they would be louder.
I've heard about that. I
Yep.
think they could fix that in the firmware update. If they do a firmware, they could kind of increase the volume.
Yeah, it needs to be increased, bro, because you can tell that that bass note needs just that little bit. You know, when you listen to that song and it has that bass note, you feel like it needs that maybe that couple of dB gain just to be able to hear that bass note
Oh
a
yeah,
lot deeper.
yeah, agreed. I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, I'll be looking forward to your review. I cannot wait for that, and I definitely will be making sure when I watch it. I'm not gonna try to one up you, Los, but I know I'm gonna have to step my game up because you do an absolutely awesome job on reviews. So I'm gonna have to make
Nah,
sure.
bro. Nah, your reviews are good, bro. Yeah, your production, bro. Your editing, godly, man.
That's what
Uh,
everybody's telling me. Hey, I do a few tweaks here and there, and everyone says you're Jesus. I don't ever think that. But anyway, the last thing that I think Soundcore needs to do in 2021, and then we will end this video. We will end this live stream, and I want to thank everybody for watching live so far. If you've made it this far, let's do a quick hashtag. Hashtag Rogue Energy. Get your Rogue Energy today using your promo code Technoid and using the link in the description. Check it out, guys. Hashtag Zero Cool because he is cool as ice.
Thanks, man.
And
Appreciate it.
hashtag I gotta find a nice one for Los. Hashtag Los Attack. So let's see if we could get those hashtags going. Los Attack. So let's see if you guys write them down. But anyway,
hashtag burn the Sievert.
there you go.
For the Seabird.
But the last thing that I think Soundcore needs to do for 2021, and this again, all of that I've said here is just my opinion. This is not factual. This is not something that I think they will do. This is just what I would like to see. The last thing they need to do is they got to start to establish themselves not as a budget brand or an alternative brand, but I think this is the year that they solidify themselves as a true identity as a music competitor. Because if you pull up on the search bar Soundcore, this is what you're going to see. AirPod Max alternatives, the excellent Soundcore Life Q30s for $65. Notice how they put the price right in the title. Best AirPod Max alternatives for less. Half a dozen AirPod alternatives from Anchor. You know, truly wireless earbuds for $70. Best cheap true wireless earbuds. Basically, they get a rep for being the most affordable but cheap pair of headphones. And I don't like when companies define them as quote unquote cheap alternatives because there's a lot that Soundcore brings to the table with their sound quality, and it's Anchor, for crying out loud. Anchor, they make some of the best power cables, power banks, and I really like the hell out of Anchor. And I really like Soundcore, and I really want to see them blossom. So I'm hoping that going into 2021, they are able to create a solid identity, meaning instead of being called, the cheap brand, let's call them just Soundcore, the audio brand. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with me, but let me know your thoughts. What do you think?
Nah, you're on point, bro. They need to bring that reputation, especially if you got Emmy Award artists promoting the brand.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of, what do consumers look at first? Do they look at the marketing promotion, or do they look at the device? I think they need to look at both, and that's my final say.
Yes, they do. And real quick, people say, is this false advertising? Incredible sound loved by 20 million plus people. No, that's not false advertising. That is authentic, actual advertising. But the thing is that if you look into the details a little more, you'll find out why it's true. It's because they cater to countries like India, China, Europe, and other areas that basically the economy there is poor. So they have that vendetta because, they can price it for so low in these countries. And in America, it's easy because in America, the market here is strong versus the other countries. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Of course.
Right. Yeah.
So I think, like I said, and you guys agree with me, I think they got to get this vendetta away. And the best way to do it is by starting off with simplifying your lineups, making some premium material headphones that justify the price point, or at least increase a little bit over the price so you can have a flagship style. They need to get solid Bluetooth connectivity where it's one connection for both earbuds, EQ across the board, app support across the board. I think they should keep doing what they're doing with speakers because I think they have perfected, the Bluetooth speaker range. But most of all, they just got to keep rocking the audio industry. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, Soundcore has been the biggest innovator when it comes to audio products in 2020. They have made some home runs. They have made some foul balls. But all in all, they have been able to disrupt an industry where there are big players like Skullcandy, Sony, Bose. I don't know why I said Skullcandy first. That was just the first thing that came to my head. But you get what I'm saying.
Jesus.
Hey, man, that was a brand back when I was a kid. So I'm going to just end it at this, and then I'll let you guys have a final say. I really want to see Soundcore succeed this year. I'm going to be behind them. I'm going to be reviewing their products because I love them. And people always tell me, you should be partnered with Soundcore. You know what? That's the dream, but I'm not going to push it. I'm a fan. I don't expect anything to be given to me. So I'm just going to do what I always do. Review them. I'm just going to make sure that I give the best video possible. And I always believe that buying your products is the best way to do it because you give a consumer-based review, but that's like trying to promote yourself. All I'm going to say is this. I really appreciate Soundcore. I appreciate what Anchor has done to this brand. I really love where they're going. I just hope that if they watch this video, just know I'm not attacking you. I'm just giving suggestions. And I hope that some of my suggestions, I don't expect my voice to be heard, but I would love to see them really kind of shine. Make 2021 the year that they kind of fully become one. And real quick, I'm so sorry, guys. The one last thing I want to say is for their wireless earbuds, there's been an ongoing issue with this whole hissing noise. So I don't know if you guys hear, but there has been a complaint going on saying that you can hear hissing in the earbuds and in the speakers. And I think that's because of the Bluetooth connectivity. I don't know what's causing that hissing noise, but I think at this point, Soundcore, you got to stop running circles around that. You got to address it. You got to take care of it. And I think that comes down to the Bluetooth connectivity. I don't know. Do you guys know anything about hissing noises in headphones? Because I've never heard that until my Liberty Air 2s and Liberty 2s.
I haven't had any issues with it.
Okay, so you haven't. Los, what about you?
Never heard of it, bro. Never heard of no hissing or nothing like that.
Wow, I muted myself. But no, yeah, basically there were a lot of issues going on with the earbuds in the beginning. I'm going to pull it up for you real quick and then I'll end the show from here. Also, Angel, thank you for joining in. Good to see you on here, my friend. So there's a lot of people saying Here, I have it right here. This article right here says it. So basically, there have been a lot of people complaining about the earbuds, saying that there is a hissing noise. There are a lot of people talking and warning and saying that this thing makes a lot of hissing. And here it is. It's in all of their reviews. I'm going to zoom in. Just a warning, the Anchor Liberty 2 and 2 Pros have an issue of white noise / hissing that occurs before and after sound plays. Then it says here there's a bit of this hiss is oh no, that's JLab, so forget, wrong brand. But that was the Liberty Air 2s. Liberty 2 Pros, one of the best we've tested, the prettiest, nothing there. Spirit Dot 2 here. The vinyl crack and hiss usually regulates in the background. So right there, they're already, see, sound natural. There is no hiss, so thank God they got that right with the Q30s. But some of these earbuds that they manufacture do have a hissing sound. So I really think that they need to address the hissing. If reviewers are able to call it out, they have to address it. I think they need to do that. What do you guys think?
No,
I think so. You know, they gotta listen to the customers. You know, much to like what is it, the OnePlus people are doing. You know, audio manufacturers need to take a playbook from them.
Okay.
yeah, bro. They need to fix that hissing sound. If the consumers are complaining, it needs to be fixed. They need to either use a newer chip on the Bluetooth. They need to go to Bluetooth. What is it, 5 right now? The technology version
Yeah,
5.
we're on Bluetooth 5.
So they either need to switch it up to that, or what they need to do is, like you were saying, put some sort of processor to it, like how the AirPods do, where you have seamless synchronization, and you don't have to worry about pairing each damn pod separate, man, because that's a pain in the ass, man. I'm sorry to say, but it really is.
No, you're right.
Even though, yeah, they could sound as all good you want, man, but if you got to pair two separate ones, and then it's a pain in the rear, bro, where they're both broadcasting. Let's say like if they're in the case and they're both broadcasting, bro, then what's the point? You're gonna kill the batteries fast.
Agreed. And, that's kind of one of the reasons why I've been hesitating to make the switch to Soundcore full time. I want to be on board with Soundcore 24/7. Right now, I'm on board with speakers. So I got party speakers. I'm going to be rocking those. But with headphones, it's like a love-hate relationship. And I really hope that they nail it this year. And that's why I'm really excited. I want to see a lot of what I've said to be addressed, hopefully. I really hope they address that hissing. They simplify the lineup. I've already said it before, but I'm going to reiterate one last time. They need to get out of this vendetta that they are the cheap brand or the cheap alternative. They got to solidify themselves as a true audio brand. And they're doing it the right way. Best Buy is partnering with them. Walmart's partnering with them. Target partnering with them. They're getting the franchisees. So if they can continue this momentum and they can do it the right way, they will be a solid game in the audio industry. And mark my words, they will be innovative again for 2021 if they keep that movement going. And, yeah, that's really all I've got to say on Soundcore. I actually cannot believe I made an hour-long video on what I expect from Soundcore. So, again, Soundcore, if you're watching, please take my video with a grain of salt and maybe a little bit of a partnership in there. I don't take too much commissions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but for real, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. This, again, I want to thank my guests, Carlos S. Tech and Zero Cool. Thank you guys so much for coming on, making this live stream tonight. To all of those in the live stream, if you enjoyed this live stream, make sure you hit the like button. And to those watching on replay, again, hashtag replay crew, hashtag Zero Cool, and hashtag Los Attack. So I made it this far. Thank you guys so much. Take care, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow on the next episode of Technoid. 2021 is here, people. Let's ring in the new year. Thank you for watching, and peace.
Peace.